welcome to part 2 of doing a roundup of my favourite local op shops and cafes. I'm going to start in Coolangatta today. I've got a few cafes, a couple of like small shops / secondhand stores, so let's go see what we can find. My outfit today is brought to you by Darcy's Wardrobe. Video 1 was all about going through the Tweed area, and it surprisingly took so much time. That's why I split it into part 1 and part 2. So if you want to go back and watch that, I go through all my favourite cafes and op shops around there, and honestly, some of my favourite. And then now I'm going to be working my way into the southern Gold Coast area. I think doing all of the Gold Coast will just be way too much, so I'm going to do from probably Cooley to Burleigh, see what we can squeeze in. I'm just gonna cherry pick the cafes that I go to, tell you what they're good for, what they're not, and then probably go to as many op shops as I can, and I'll give you my honest reviews on whether they're good, bad, what you can find there, pros and cons. We're not gatekeeping op shops anymore because there's so much available secondhand. If I can show you all the hidden gems and we can prioritize shopping secondhand together, who knows, maybe we could change around this world. Maybe. Let's go to Cafe 1 because I need some caffeine to get me through the day. So I'm gonna get a little takeaway coffee from Keffi, which is kind of a newish cafe in Coolangatta. I like the vibe. Young gal that's silent. I feel like we should support people that are trying to do cool things, and I've always had good experiences there. So they do amazing meals as well, but I'm just gonna get a coffee today. Literally got a car park right at the front of the Lifeline op shop, which was the next spot we're going to. Personally, I don't prioritize or love op shops or secondhand shops that are on a main street. I just feel like because they have prime position, they're normally trolled through a lot, and also they just kind of price gouge sometimes, so I don't love that. I mean, if you're close by, you might as well have a look. It's got the vintage revival at the front, which is always a bit more expensive, but that's because it's curated. And apparently they do buy that stock, so that's why it costs a little more. I found that out the other day. And then the back area is probably where you'll more likely find the bargains. It's hit and miss. I found some stuff here. Wouldn't say it's like on my top places to go to, but like I said, it is convenient. Let's go rummaging and see what we can find. Lifeline delivered what I expected. There were some things in there, but nothing like amazing. Actually, one thing I did find was this really cute tie-dye dress. I feel like, I don't know, I remember being obsessed with that style in like 2008, 2009. I feel like I'm ready to get back into it. Just remember, there's a Vinnie's that I totally forgot about, so we're gonna pop in there. Okay, so Vinnie's really pulled through. It is a little bit smaller, but I feel like it had a collection of unique and fun styles, which personally, if I go to an op shop, that really excites me. They weren't too overpriced. In particular, this quilted blanket caught my eye. I feel like this would be the perfect upcycle project to turn into a vest or even a quilted jacket. I personally have way too much of my sewing piles and to-do list at the moment, so I left it behind, which looking at, I regret now, but here we are. Being responsible sewing gals. And a couple of stores down, I found this vintage store, which I personally haven't really made the most of, which is really sad because I was talking to the lady and she's actually moving out of here in the next couple of weeks. I think her rent's gone up and she hasn't found a new spot yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed, she finds a new spot because I just absolutely adored everything she had. It was really fair price, honestly, probably even cheaper than some of the stuff I found at Lifeline, and it was just all beautiful and vintage and unique and beautiful quality. I think their business is officially called Butterfly 68. I don't think she has a strong social media presence, but maybe you can find her on there and she'll update where she ends up. This polka dot dress, I'm actually so sad rewatching this that I have left it behind. Speaking of moving to new places, when I was filming part 1 of this op shop tour in the Tweed area, this store wasn't there. So on Bay Street, Strange Days has now opened up. They have a store in Palm Beach, which I don't know if they're still going to keep open now that they have this one. And oh my god, the fit out is insane. The collection is Chef's Kiss. So technically it's kind of like one street behind Coolangatta, but in Tweed. But I thought I would just throw that in here because I feel like I'm definitely going to add this to the top of my list of high rotation and sifting through to find epic vintage pieces. Well, that's coolly done. Just went from one end of the main street to the other. Got 3 secondhand stores, 1 good cafe. There's definitely other cafes scattered along here, but I feel like that was just my top pick. Now I'm gonna go to Kirra. There is Love Street, which is mainly a cafe, but they also do fun little community events. Like I've gone there to like live bands and art shows, and then they've got a little shop front area where they just stock local brands, and I love the stuff in there, so I'll take you there. Coffee is good, vibes are high, food's yummy. That's where I'm just gonna mainly go now. And then also in Kirra, I love going to Cotton Living. If you're just up for a little pastry and a coffee, oh my god, I would genuinely say they probably have the best pastries in the Southern Gold Coast. Big call, but every time I go there, pastries are delicious, and I've never had a bad coffee there. Big call again. That also has a beautiful homeware store within it, so that's my next route as I continue upwards. We've had a crazy turn of events the past few days. Someone stole my car plates, so that was fun, and I literally just had to go to the transport department and get new registration car plates, whatever it's called, number plates. But conveniently, around here in the industrial area of Currumbin, there are some great op shops. I'm wearing my skirt that I thrifted the other day, the board short skirt. Honestly in love, iconic. A score. I'm gonna go get a matcha because I've already had a coffee. It's gonna be a good day. Even though we've had a curveball thrown at us, I feel like it was for a reason. It's gotta be a reason. I've locked eyes with the cafe, and then I've got 2 or 3 op shops we can go to. She's vlogging in the wild. Who is she? So cute. Obsessed with green. I'm not like a crazy matcha drinker, but I personally think these are some of the best matchas personally. Okay, we pulled up. I think it's called the AWL op shop. All the donations go towards the Animal Welfare League. She's small in quantity but mighty in quality to some degree. You've really got to rummage, but I feel like I've found some gems here for like crazy cheap prices, like things for like $2, $1, like how a real op shop should be. Let's go. Turns out the church op shop is sadly not there anymore. That was a very well curated one. Damn. Didn't find anything at the other op shop. That's all good. We don't need anything more. I'm actually excited when I don't find anything because that means I don't need to buy it. Anyway, I've just pulled up to Bread Social. So I went to Bread Social the other day in Tweed. I think that's their like original mini shop. They have become so popular and like they stock a lot of cafes around the coast. They now have a massive warehouse in Currumbin, and it's open to public, and I feel like they've just refurbed an area, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like and also get a yummy snack. Wow, she's smashing out this morning. I love this. I think I'm gonna save my next coffee for the next place, so maybe just some food here. Am I gonna be brave enough to sit there and eat it by myself? You know, I get really bad anxiety going to a new place because I'm like, where do I line up? What's like the feng shui? Where do I go? It's really nerve-wracking. My friend was meant to be joining this morning, but I actually ended up getting up and into it much earlier than I expected to, so she's still waking up. She might join us actually at the next place. Maybe I'll message her and say I'm going to Dust. I'm just getting a feed. What's that song that on TikTok that they were singing to that dog. It's like, we are brave, we are strong, we are brave dog song.
She's so brave, she's well behaved, she is not afraid.
I desperately need a water. Why did I not pack that? Okay, we've pulled up to another area. Parking can be terrible around here, so you might either have to look for a while or you will score, like I just did, because the parking guards are always on my side. And I got one just out the front of Dust Temple, and apparently they have a new vintage store upstairs, so I'm going to check that out. But I might wait for Abby to get here before I go there. So I think I'm going to walk around the corner. There's a shop that I need to get something from. There are 2 more cafes that I have on my list, but they're much further out into Currumbin Valley, and it's just not convenient today and I can't be bothered going, but they are magical if you have the time. There's Pasture & Co, which is just like an insanely beautiful cafe with delicious food. There's also a bathhouse attached to that, also equally as magical. And then out further in the valley there is Harvest, which is like a little, I guess like farmer's market slash cafe slash, it's like right on the water. Oh my god, you literally feel like you're in a little fairyland. But they're very like destination things, like everywhere I'm going is kind of like on the way to other places for this adventure. Okay, let's go for a little wander. Let's go to a little boutique. If you're ever looking for like some cute gifts, Drift is honestly the perfect little collection of knickknacks, homewares, things for people's different personalities. I just got my friend some perfume as a thank you because she took care of Roscoe for a while, and I really appreciate that. She started off hand making her own candles and she still has an amazing collection of that, but now it's just expanded to so many other beautiful things. Now I'm going to meet Abby at one of the op shops. Yay! We have a new player on board.
She's boiling hot.
She is cooking. Abby's saying, I don't need to buy anything, instantly justifies. Chicken deluxe.
Love it.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough time or caffeine capacity to fit in all the epic cafes around here. Otherwise, some other amazing places close by are Refinery, Fuel Bakery, Home, and I think there's a new one called Lobby. I haven't personally been there, but it looks very nice. Personally, I just have a soft spot for Dust, and I just always love the vibe of coming here. You're here already? I literally just set up to start recording. I feel like we've lived like 9 lives since I first saw you.
Oh, mate, I am still shaking.
Okay, let me update you. We went to the Lighthouse op shop. Honestly, always a hit. It's a hit with the quality. Pricing can be questionable. There were a few things we saw then that were cute and I was like, really? You're $50? Just a warning that it is limited parking, so if you park at that op shop and then you go to like Dust Temple or another place, you will get yelled at, and that is speaking from experience. So if you're going to jump around to multiple spots, just park somewhere like randomly on the street, even though that is limited as well. And then we went to Dust. I just got some coconut water because I realized all I've had is matcha and coffee and pastries, and then there's a new vintage store upstairs, and it was actually surprisingly beautiful and not crazily overpriced. Well curated pieces. There were some pieces I was like, this is really cute. I will take a picture and maybe add it to my file of things that I want to recreate. That was cute. Dust Temple is also a great vibe. They always have like live music, like little vintage markets and rummaging places, so like sign up to their Insta or newsletter or whatever, because I feel like they always have community gatherings, which I love. And then we went to Tart. They have originally a cafe in Burleigh, but they've got the Tart Beach House, I think it is, and it's on the Currumbin River, and it's honestly gorgeous. So cute, very like boathouse, Hamptonsy, beachy vibe. There's like the dine-in area, and then we just sat out in the casual like coffee and snacky area, and then Abby got a call and ended up having to do like an interview for a job. That's why she's wigging out, and she's not impressed by how she went, because obviously if you get called randomly and you're not ready for an interview, it's scary. But coffee was great there, snacks were great there, scenery beautiful, and now we have just pulled up to a massive Lifeline. This is probably one of the newest op shops. I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's huge, it's got a great collection, but the pricing is actually gouging. Some of the things in there, I'm like, it's just unimpressive, but I'll show you anyway. It's worth a rummage, just you might be shocked by the pricing. Lifelines.
I still can't. I'm having a full come down.
Welcome. I'm over this. I'm done. I feel like every time I go to that big Lifeline, I feel ripped off. That visit just confirmed that. I picked up a synthetic scarf, like a little handkerchief scarfy tie thing, not even a full length scarf. It was $20. I actually went up to the counter because I was like, is this a typo? And she was like, oh no, it's we priced that if it's silk. And I was like, it's clearly synthetic. And then we checked on the tag and it said it was synthetic, and she's like, oh, I'll do it for $10. I was like, this should be $2. You're getting this for free. Like, no wonder why there's a stigma against secondhand shopping. Things that don't even cover your whole body are $20. No wonder why people feel like they can just go to Kmart, Target, Big W, whatever those, you know, accessible fast fashion shops are, and just buy a whole new outfit. It's like we're getting forced to choose those alternatives. Like, people want to do good, but they can't afford secondhand. Make it make sense. I just videoed a jacket. It was $100. It was vintage looking, and she said that vintage revival area, they actually go overseas, I think to America, and buy items, and that's what goes into that section. So I can justify when people have initial cost to get something, or they've gone to the effort of curating it. Like, I do understand. I think $100 is still steep, but I do understand when there are shops that are curated and have had an initial cost, and that is calculated into that. I respect that. But for the rest of the area where you get it all for free, I will rant and ask you to justify $20 for a synthetic thing. Oh, that made me so mad. That's my final chance I'm giving them. I'm never going back there, I'm sorry. It's just never worth it. I get the rent here is probably more expensive. They do have a lot more staff, but then you complain that you're getting too many donations and that things aren't moving. It's like, people aren't buying. I don't know, I can go on about this for days. To the next op shop. Sunny. Actually, I feel like I can't see. Cheers, mate. Anyway, so on a bit more of a positive note, another cafe in the Currumbin area definitely worth adding to your list is Salt Mill. It's along the beachfront. It's very well known for its cabinet food and its insane smoothies and juices, and definitely one of the best acai bowls on the coast. If you're into a super smoothie and an epic toasty, or a coffee and a yummy treat and then a swim across the road, this is perfect for you. And then as we head towards my final stop for the day, which is Tugun, I would highly recommend checking out Good Day. I've always just loved their cookies and their coffee, and again, they're very well known for their toasties and their smashed avo. So delicious. And then in Tugun on the main street, there is a Vinnie's. This is probably the one that, even though my rule of not checking out ones on a main street or not getting excited about them, I do really like this one. It's recently been done up and the interior is really nice. It's like well organized. I've got excited about things that I found in there, and it's not too much of a crazy price. This was just confirming how much a synthetic scarf would be, which is hilarious for timing. We're officially done for today. I've done as many op shops as I can around the Currumbin Tugun area, and I'm all liquided, caffeined, and snacked out. Hope you enjoyed coming along today's little collection. I don't think I found anything. Wow, that's good for my wallet. Not great for the rummaging, but that's fine. Tweed, I love that I scored there, because Tweed is my little sneaky go-to. I always get stuff there, and I love that I got to capture that. Good morning. We have got another day of cramming in op shops and cafe shops that I would like to recommend on the southern Gold Coast. Wow. I've just pulled up to 5th Ave in Palm Beach. I feel like if you park around here, or like Palm Beach Ave, there's an abundance of op shops and cafes here. There's Veggie Patch, or Veggie Patch Studios, I forget what it's called. Groovy little cafe. Everyone who works there is way too cool. I kind of feel intimidated. And even other people that go there, so I will do a pop in there. I feel like they're very trendy and alternative, and that's great. I'm not saying that's bad. And then on Palm Beach Ave, there are 2 op shops and then a curated vintage store, and that's what we're hitting up now. Actually, you don't need a coffee yet, so let's go check out the op shops. We've got Vinnie's on the corner. Again, hit and miss. Definitely found some golden finds here, but we'll see. I don't know about right, I don't like the detail. Imagine that at the front instead. It's kind of giving doctor. Barefoot Barista is great if you want a big meal. They have delicious meals there. I'm in just a coffee mood, so I'm going to bypass it today, but great spot. Both of those. I feel like the first one, some things were great, but like a basic top being like $25, absolutely not. And the second one, I tried on a dress. We have an engagement party this weekend and it looked really cute. Thought it was a potential, but there was just something that wasn't it. So sadly left it behind. It's definitely iced coffee weather. And now on to the next. I actually think there might be one more shop, which was back near those op shops, but I'm in the car now, so we're just gonna drive like maybe 200 meters and then continue up that way. We'll see if it's open. Holy shit, that car got so close to me. Psycho. I ended up getting a car park at the other one, which is on, I think it's 8th Ave, and it's a Salvos. This one, I've found some absolute gems here. I think last time I went it was still well priced, so we'll see how it is these days. I always find this Salvos in particular just to be such a good experience. The store is immaculately organized, color coordinated size, themes, the pieces I've found are always quality, the pricing isn't stupid, and also one thing I found out last time I was at Salvos, they have different discount days, so different tag colors will be discounted some days, and then also they have certain racks as well that alternates that are like $2 tag days, so we love an op shop which actually feels accessible.
I believe all of these lies. I come to all my senses, drop down all my defenses. In you I am redeemed. Now I believe, now I believe. Something's missing in my life.
The second shop I went to was called Recycled. I'm so oily. As I was saying right before my phone filled up, I just checked out the other one which I was talking about, which is Recycled, which is a curated secondhand store, which I reckon if you had an event coming up, it would be perfect to go to. Like, it had beautiful labels like Zimmerman, Nine Lives Bazaar, Spell. I think it's consignment. I don't really know how it works, but it is obviously well curated, so the prices are reflective of that, which I appreciate. I feel like they've gone to the effort and everything in there was like beautiful quality. So that's one to add to the radar if you are someone who doesn't want to rummage through secondhand stuff to find the gems. That was a great spot. It's just not going to be the bargain hunting destination. That's my roundup of Palmy. They're all within like a few hundred meters of each other, so it's a great time if you just want to wander around. I conveniently am out shooting some content for a brand actually around the Burleigh industrial area, so I thought today we could tick that off. I've got a few go-to places. There's a Salvos which I'm parked out the front of right now. Honestly, I score here all the time. Well, they used to be across the road. Now there's actually a cute coffee shop and like little boutique agency vibe there. So we're gonna have a little troll through Salvos, and then I've got another sneaky spot which I feel like is very forgotten, and we'll go there next. I've just pulled up to a cafe. It's very stunning, and I feel like that definitely attracts all the content creators. Lol. So I'm gonna get a takeaway coffee from here. I'll show you how pretty it is, and I'll show you my finds. I accidentally got a few things at the last op shop. Really didn't mean to, but I feel like that's just what happens. If you say you don't need anything or you don't want anything, you end up finding the goods. It's literally like a little European oasis. It's in the randomest spot if you ever go there. I went to their, I think it was their original cafe in South Tweed earlier in this video, and this is their like sister cafe. So it's called Next Door Espresso, and it's attached to a beautiful homeware store, which I just don't even bother to go to because I'm not in that tax bracket, unfortunately. It's beautiful stuff though. Oof, that's a good coffee. Okay, little haul. No, we don't encourage hauls, but I did find some things. I found this top, and it's just so fun. It's got like the red neckline and end of the sleeves. I think this is a band. I looked it up when I was trying it on. It's called Shannon and the Clams. I think they're real, but I really liked the design. So who knows? Hopefully it's not controversial and I can wear it anyway. And then I just got a random green stripy shirt. It's massively oversized. I feel like that's my brief lately. I really want just like more oversized shirts. I just feel very comfortable. These, I think it's a local brand called Kirra, and they're like hiking pants. They've got the like big pockets, like the drawstring bottom of the legs, drawstrings at the waist area. They fit me really nicely, and I actually genuinely was about to buy a pair. Actually no, I did buy a pair of hiking pants a couple of weeks ago, and then they came and I didn't really like how they fit. I just get sus when I find good stuff donated. I'm like, what's the story? And this one, this little crochet top. Actually it's a crochet dress, but I feel like I would wear it more as a top, or if you saw in my previous video, I did drawstring down the side so I could pull it up to be a shorter dress. It was just, I hate dresses that finish around that, like just above the knee. It's just awkward. Such a good essential, like a little crochet knitted singlet top. Probably will just keep it as a dress but add the drawstring so I can make it shorter. But I feel like this could be really fun layering it with pants and stuff. So that was fun. That was all $30. There is a section where it's like stuff is more curated, which I got the hiking pants from, and then everything else was only like $4 or $5, so it's not the worst. I definitely think they like price some things being like, we know that this is kind of okay. I'm going to a first birthday this weekend. I've been trying to look out for little kids stuff, like a little cute book or a toy. Oh, this is giving me life. I genuinely was going downhill. Okay, our last little secondhand store Burleigh warehouse destination stop off. Wow, that was really clunky. Nothing new. Okay, we pulled up to the Reedy Creek Recycle Market, which is essentially the tip shop, which is what we grew up calling it. Essentially it's just a massive shed full of stuff that is too good to go to the dump or to landfill, and instead gets sold here and sorted. I think they also have a program where they have people living with disability, they are hired and trained up and work here, which I think is really cool. You're probably more likely going to find secondhand furniture and random knickknacks and like sporting gear. I haven't really found clothes. I found like DIY stuff, even like bikes, outdoor stuff. It's just a lot of fun if you like a good DIY project, or if you're doing up your home or stuff like that. I've found some great furnishing pieces here for a great price. Day, another op shop roundup sleigh. I think this is going to be the final section of our Southern GC op shop cafe roundup. I'm trying to get out of the house kind of at a decent time so it's not too busy and late. I'm getting my hair done up at Miami. I'm going to be passing through the main part of Burleigh, which I wasn't actually going to go into just because it's so busy and I wanted to avoid it, but if I'm going to be passing through, I'll do you guys a favor and I'll take you through it in person. If I was not getting my hair done, I would definitely be stopping at Tally Creek and going for a swim, and then there's also Custard Canteen there. That's an absolute primo in between coffee spot / swim spot, just be aware that the parking there is terrible if it is extremely busy, which is why I'm not going there today because it's school holidays. Add that to your list if you would like a little wholesome swim, cafe stop and amazing treats. But for now, we're going towards James Street in Burleigh. What is this song? Alright, mission 1, let's get some takeaway coffee. Coffee was actually acquired very quickly. So now I've got like 5 minutes to kill. And then I'll be the one waiting at the front door to go into the op shop. Even though it is chaos at Tar, I must admit, the coffee and the treats are always good there. They literally just put the sign out. Burleigh is just plagued by all these roadworks from this silly old tram happening. Kicked off the lifeline on the highway side, and it wasn't the best, wasn't terrible, just Goldilocks in between. Now I'm going to the op shop in the church, which I've never been to. Oh, it's over there. Okay. I've never been here before, so we'll see. They were so lovely in there. Highly recommend them. Gave me a discount because it wasn't perfect. Everything was already priced kind of cheap anyway. Do we push back the whole front bit? And have it like that? We feel like this needs to be like straight back. And then it splits from there. This is why we're getting the hair done today. The brown roots are not doing it for me. Okay, we gotta figure that out. Anyway, oh my god, it's boiling hot. So what I ended up getting was a little headband. Still need to figure out how to actually style it and get it going. And then this polo shirt dress, they had a few stains on it. So she was like, no, this should not have been out on the floor. I'll do this for a deal for $3 for the 2 of these. I was like, oh my god, okay. I was literally gonna chop off the bottom of the dress that has the stain, but thank you. Good original op shop vibes, as it should be. I really want to level up my tennis game, as in like fashion wise, and I feel like this, even though it's really thick material, it's probably gonna be warm, cut to a mini dress. I'm actually gonna wear it this afternoon. I think that's my finale. Thanks for coming along the journey. Hopefully this has been some good inspiration of places that you can check out if you are either living on the Gold Coast or visiting the Gold Coast. Like I mentioned in my other video, if you want me to venture out and go more north, west, down to Northern Rivers, even to the Brisbane, sunny coast, I am always up for a little road trip and thrifting adventure. And let me know if this comes in handy, or if you would like to join in the rant about op shops being ridiculously priced at certain big chains. Do they remember that they're a charity shop and they get most of the stuff for free? And it's meant to be accessible? Where are my snacks? Put them in my bag. Alright, thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys in the upcoming videos. Bye!